Okay, so good evening, everyone, again. I'm Cosimo Renzi. Maybe we have already met in the previous introduction lesson together with Henk, and maybe you have seen the video also in the platform. I'm really happy we have people that are entering still, so it's good this for us. Now, for me, just to introduce you to this lesson, as you see here, this is an introduction on the internship and to see together which is the role of young people during this internship of the project EUACA. And with me, there is also Riku Aola, that maybe later he will introduce himself. And also they are also entering, and I have seen also some of them already connected from AICS. There is also Veronica Vantaggiato and Paola Cervini that are managers for AICS, together with Filippo Tiberia, that is the coach. Because today one of the activity is to understand and know each other with the coach that will be the mentors for the internship activity that will be in the next months, also to understand which kind of activities with them. And you will have also the possibility to interact with them and to make proposal and to give feedback and to understand which will be the activities and your roles. So as I was saying, also from HLA Croatia, we have Christian Batelic and Luka Blazevic. I hope pronunciation is correct. And then from Kalev, I've seen Elisa Sok. And from USEC, Samantha Formica, together with Christian De Sola. And from TUL, together with Riku, we have Ville Autakangas and Karri Toli, that are two of the coaches for the internship activities. So before to give the floor to Riku Aola, that has prepared this presentation and is in charge in the project for the coordination of the internship activities together with CSIT and so with me. We are going to see a first introduction of how the internship is structured. So the objective, the impact, the role of the coaches and the role of you as trainees and the expected impact. And then at the end of this first session, there will be a sort of quiz in order to see if everything is understandable. And if you need to do questions, of course, you will have the possibility. Then the coaches will introduce briefly themselves and will present briefly also the internship activities that they have planned for you, because there will be a sort of 20-30 minutes together in smaller groups in Zoom in order to go deep into the internship activities. And at the end of these smaller groups activity, there will be the possibility to present in the plenary again the results of the discussion. Then we will see together a little bit the next activities. And there will be also sort of workload all together at the end. So I am going to give the floor to Riku, and so that you can start your lesson.
Can you change the slide, or do you want that I share my screen here?
I can interrupt so that you can share your screen. Okay.
Okay, one moment.
Let me enable you. Okay, now you can.
One moment, please. Okay. Do you see my screen now?
Yes, perfect.
Nice. So first thing, I want to tell some words about me and change my thinking to English. So with Finland, we used to speak Finnish, of course, and for me, it's always a little bit hard work to change the language, but let's see what happens. I have been with grassroots sports many years, and my background is it comes from grassroots yard games, and the type of sport that I have done during my life is football, unihockey, and boxing. And I have to say that I have a stronger history with administration things with the sport. So I'm a former member of Helsinki City Sports Board, and it was important part of my life because we were planning all the sport facilities there in Helsinki, and we shared grants to the sport teams to arrange activities and run the things they do. So then another background is comes from a sport institute world, and I was there with Kisakeskus Sport Institute about 7 years. I was the board member and head of the board. And then about my organization, which is TUL from Finland, I have been there with the board too many years, and vice president and so on. And of course, from the beginning of this CSIT organized cooperated EU youth projects from 2015 when we met Cosimo first time in Lignano, Sappiadoro, was it so? Yes. So let's go further. About the internship and the objective. As we all know that one goal of this project is to design and promote new sport activities. And we design them and do them for children from 5 to 11 years old. And the way is grassroots sports. And there should be 2 innovative sport activities, events, competitions. You can choose it there in your countries. And your managers, they have prepared some things for you for forehand. And there will also be a mentoring process with the coaches during this internship period. And you need to have in your mind that there should be at least 50 people attending these activities. And one possible positive thing for you is that there's a budget of €3,000 per each country. You can share it with your organization. So I recommend that you have a chat with the coach, your project manager, and with the youngsters how to share the budget between 2 activities. So there are listed some things that you can use the money for traveling expenses, services, equipment, and whatever you find out is important for the activities. And about the role of your young people, we have 2 important methodologies background. It's learning by doing is the first one, and it's about to use the skills learned during the modules in practice and together with cooperation by coaches and your mentors, which you meet today first time, and it's about learning through intergenerational dialogue. So I underline the next thing, and the thing is that in this project we see the role of young people, you there behind the computers as active players during the process. So the role is not just to implement, but also actively participate in the planning of the event. And it's a fundamental that the activities, you do it like sport managers and not just coaches. So active organization and administrating the thing beforehand. I share you a couple of slides here made by Ike's. Thank you for Veronica. I have seen these slides first time in Rome, September 2022, and as in every project, you need to know the basic things first and prepare the project and the whole thing for some topics. And because of this analysis my colleagues in IKES have made, we found some, how to say, very important factors that you all need to understand during the process. The data for this needs analysis came from 59 answers all around the countries that are with us now. So from 5 countries, there were 22 seniors who answered the questions and 37 youngsters who were members of former activities and co-funded projects with CSIP. So Veronica and colleagues from IKES, they just asked from this answerers how they see the role of youngsters in the internship process and what kind of topics there should be in these projects. So one fundamental finding was that senior leaders who answered these questions, they saw the role of youngsters during the internship process kind of passive, and as well the youngers they saw that the role need to be more active. So how to explain the passive role is observing, following, and just seeing what happens around, but active role is cooperation, managing, and doing together. And we built this project for the methodology, which is intergenerational cooperation. So please keep it in mind. Just active role is the thing that we are looking for. And we come for the role of the coach slide. And as myself, I see that the role of the coach and the mentor is central to guide a successful internship process. So in this project, we see that mentoring is about sharing experience with the person. So there will be an experienced person or mentor who promotes the steps of the mentee's career and helps in professional growth. And as I said before, the thing is a two-sided process. So the coach needs also to understand different people, youngsters, and their ways of learning. And one thing that I want to point out is that sharing the knowledge is also the caring of your pupils. So please keep in mind that we are looking for active players as we see the youngsters here. So what is the impact that we are looking for from this internship period? So first of all, putting the theory to practice. So to practice the skills that you have learned in the modules that you are doing right now too. To learn about organizing an activity as a group and to learn what is the project management is and what is the management thing in the practice. To understand responsibilities and underline these to keep compliance with agreed deadlines. And then there is the intergenerational dialogue again. And to understand the process of event organization. And to understand the regulation that governs the process. As we saw it before with Anu and Daria during the module of these things, we know that these regulation, they varies between the countries. So this is a kind of country-specific thing. So this is one thing that coaches should underline when they are doing the mentoring process, to keep in mind that your pupils, they understand the regulations and laws that are running the business there. And evaluation thing is always there. So learn to analyze the pros and cons of your activity, and of course learn your own role in the background of the event. So the activity is how to say, and the internship process, it's kind of many side thing, and it is so good as the interns will and want to do it. So you all are responsibility for that we have activities that works, and you are well prepared to do that. And some words about structure and schedule. So the internship period, it starts at the beginning of July, and the end is last day of October. So keep in mind that the start difference between the countries, and we all need to check the correct dates from our national coaches. And today we have group meetings with your own language, in your own groups, and you get all the information from your mentors there. So the group meeting is a good place to ask questions, look at the timetable, start to planning together the way you want to do the internship. There should be at least 48 hours studying, acting, and online internship meetings, we understand that they are to be considered there when there is a geographical distance between attendance. At least in Finland, I know that some of our people, they come from northern Finland, in Oulu region, and some from south. So it is quite understandable that we cannot all ways to meet each other in real life. But I recommend that there should be at least one face-to-face meeting to build togetherness between attendants and to be directly engaged there for the implementation of activities. And of course, there is the activity that you are doing in real life. So you meet each other there, of course. So there are a couple of slides for me there, and there are some objectivities that the internship should have, and you can see them there. Of course, the introduction part, we are doing it right now here, and the introduction of 2 grassroots activities. The main idea, background them, and scheduler goals and goals of the activities. And there should always be a division of tasks where the participating young people are given the opportunity to choose between 2 activities inside each country. At this moment, I know that this thing is little bit different between countries. In Finland, we have 2 kind of different types of activities, and at least I know that in some countries the activities, there are 2 activities, but how to say, they are kind of similar types, but you can choose in your country and you get more information from your mentors and project managers from this thing. So one important part is the presentation of roles and role-related tasks, and follow up that the roles are fulfilled and the tasks are to be done. So this is one central part of the work of the mentor or the coach. And to underline the ever-present mentoring and feedback process during the internship period to ensure that attending interns find their potential of growth during the process. And finally, the summary meeting where the implementation of the internship period and the done activity are to be evaluated. Cosimo, there are these CSI slides from communication manager, so we want to share your voice here.
Yeah, thanks, Riku. These slides, just to underline the importance also of communication during the internship. Of course, you are more expert than me, for sure, about how to use social media, and maybe you have already in mind how to do, but just to tell you that during the activities, there will be the necessity to record some activities and also to take some interviews, and also some of your organization maybe want to mix the internship activities together with also in the European project we call multiplier events. It's just a word to say a public event in which to communicate about the activity and about the project. In this case, the managers of your organization will involve you during these activities about videos. And so here you will also see at the end that there will be a promotional video of the project and also a promotional video of the program. at the end of the project. So you will be interviewed and asked to participate in this activity by your project managers. And Riku, if you can skip to the other one. And of course, since you are maybe more expert, or I mean, it's only common sense, but it's always good if you share your ideas and your creativity with your managers and with your coaches in terms also of communication, because at the end, it's your own activities also, not just you are passive, as Riku said before. And the other aspect that you can do by yourself, maybe of course in group, but as your activity is to post, make reels, use different kinds of social media, because CSIT at least has different kinds of social media. So from Instagram to Facebook, but I know that Facebook is boring, is no more something that it's used by the young people. I know that there is also something new, but and today is the news that the Meta designed a new and launched a new social media, LinkedIn and TikTok. So these are the social media that you can link on your stories, on your reels, and so that we can these stories can be launched and linked to the CSIT and your grassroots sport organizations profiles, social profiles. So we have these hashtags in order to, to have common communication. You can add also your own depending on your internship activity. So it's something that you can really share together with your coaches and with your colleagues and friends. I think that there is no more slide about that.
So then we go to the technical sheet, and I tell you now more about this part of the process. So I also share you soon one slide to see this kind of skeleton of the technical sheet, and there is information what should this document to keep inside. So first of all, after the internship period, the interns will prepare in cooperation with national coaches technical sheets, and it is in your national language and electronic format. In these sheets, you will report the details of your process and the activities that you have ready-made to implement the sport activities according to EU-UACA principles. So it is technical sheet is kind of a simplest way to tell it's kind of a document with you that you promote the activities that you have made, and I just need to find you to share the document here. Let's see what there. So I will send this document for you people, and you can read it through after this meeting or at better time. But in every country, you should need to write at least one technical sheet. If there are two different type of activities, you can keep in your mind that it can be two sheets, and but you need to discuss about the thing with your colleagues and your coaches and the project manager in your country to see which way is better. So it's easy to understand document, and the goal is to address this document to your audience, which are other young leaders, coaches, sport managers, which are interested about the project and maybe want to build same type of activities that you have made before in their countries. So about the deadline is the beginning of November, and we recommend to start to build up this technical sheet straight after you have finished your activities and get the evaluation meeting with your colleagues. And I highly recommend to share the tasks and roles during the internship process. So this thing will also help you to write and share the roles during the technical sheet writing. Target group is there, as I said before, and there is quite a short template that you can use, and some brief guidelines for the sheet, and at least the document should include the following topics, and there is title, the introduction part, which is a kind of brief summary which describes the purpose of the document, followed by a list of key concepts or issues which are to be handled there. Then there is a body part, and this part divides the sheet into sections, and each section should be presented with the informative heading. And after that, there comes a facts about the topic and some highlights during the activity process. And one important thing is to add what to do next part, and this can be a place where you give more tips or you share links for those people who want to find more information about the topic. Then there are other tips that you can read through later, and please keep it in your mind to use EU and EU ACA logos during the documents and during your actions in social media. And of course, make the document as so vivid you want. Use pictures. Do not like a boring document, which is here. This is just an informative document for you, but don't do it like old people like me and Cosimo. Just do it like your way, happy way. As you see, you can see it. See, it can be so liveful and full of colors as you want.
Yes, for some people.
Yes.
And okay, so Riku, we can open the quiz session. What do you think?
Okay. So I stop sharing now.
Yeah, thanks. So before is to see if you have, questions that you can also do in a national group, and before to listen the presentation by managers and coaches, I'm going to send in the chat a link to a Slido quiz. I hope that everything can work, and I'm going to also start the quiz. So no, sorry. So first of all, is it working? Someone of you give me a feedback.
Yes, it's working.
Okay, great. And so I'm going to present also my screen. Okay. Okay, so let's start. Okay, there is 4 questions, so really short, just to see the level of the understanding. So I'm going to start the quiz. So the first question is, the main objective of the internship is to organize and stage sport activities addressed to children between 5 and 11 years old. True or false?
True?
You have to click, you have to be connected.
No.
Okay, before to skip to the other one, how many of you are not linked or connected to this quiz?
Io sto provando. I'm trying to.
Okay. Cesare, click on the link in the chat.
Sorry.
Yeah. You cannot see questions.
Okay.
Okay. Is there someone that can help all the
No,
other?
I am.
Okay. You can do together with us if so to see together, okay? So of course it's true. Someone of you say false, but anyway, at the end, the main result is to learn how to organize and stage sport activities that are addressed to children of this age. So this was easy. So now let's go on. Which of the following skills is not required by the internship coaches? To give and get feedback at two-sided process, to ask interns exactly what they need to do, to guide young interns to act as active players, to share knowledge. Okay, also here, almost every one of you said to ask interns. So exactly, because this was something related to more passive role. And instead, we need to always share ideas and get the responsibility. I hope that all of you are there anyway. I go on. What is the expected impact of the internship? To get hired by the grassroots sport organization, to learn about organizing an activity as a group, to make friends and to have fun. Of course, the impact for you and your personal career. Yeah, it was a funny option, of course, but it's a possibility, but it's not inside within the can we say the direct impact of the internship. Can happen in the future, but anyway, the direct impact is for sure to learn about organizing activity as a group. In fact, is the correct one. And now the last one. What is the approximately duration of the internship? 2 weeks, 48 hours, 2 months. And almost every one of you said 48 hours. That is the right one. Of course, can be splitted also in more than 2 weeks. It's depending of each organization. Anyway, at least should be 48 hours. So now let's see who is the winner. Elisa, but you are the manager. So anyway, the first of the students, let's say this is Domenico. Where are you, Domenico?
I'm here.
Okay, so you are the winner. There is no prize, so unfortunately. Anyway, the important thing it was to also to see together the most important thing of the internship. Before to skip to the presentation of the coach, if you have some question, now I'm going to about the internship, about the things that Rico explained. Is everything clear? Anyway, you have also the chance to get into the groups after, so you can also write in the chat if you want. So I think that no questions are coming. So now, in alphabetic order, the first to present briefly present is the AICS. I think it's Paola Cervini that is going to present.
Yes, I will.
You are
Can
enabled. You are enabled.
I share my screen?
Yeah, you are enabled, I think.
Oh, yes, now, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So really briefly, we are introducing our internship activities. And first of all, we have a particular situation because we have 22 students from 12 cities. And in the map, you can see that they come from all over the country. So we will not have one unique event, but we will have more than one, just to let people not to move every single time. And now we're explaining how. First of all, I'm introducing to you our trainer. He is here with us today, and he is Filippo. You can just wave if you want. Anyway, and he is our trainer, and yes, here he is. And later you will know him better. Anyways, he is involved in quite a lot of AICS activities. He is a member of the National ExCom from 2020, but before that he was the president in a local chapter in Frosinone. And also at regional level, he was involved in sport management. He is also the president of the National Technical Commission of Football, and he is the national coordinator of AICS summer camps, which is a really important thing since our internship is going to happen inside summer camps. Moreover, he is involved in CSIT as mini football coordinator, and over than that, he is a sport venues manager. He is a coach, and he is a referee. So he is quite a complete figure in our stuff. To move to the activities, we thought about some training moments, and the training for our internship will happen in two main moments: inside summer camps and in national projects events, in a number of different activities that later we will explain better to the Italian group. All the activities will happen in three main moments, which are the preparatory activities before the event, the activities in the event day, and the follow-up, so in the days after the event, for what concerns, for example, communication and analysis. Then we thought about the roles that each trainee will cover, and there are really a lot. Obviously, each time they will be followed by someone expert in this, and they will learn how to do all of this. And you can see they will help in coordination, in marketing, in technical management, in coordinating other younger volunteers, maybe, or something like that. And they will develop some skills that will be management, the organization also of the location, the human resources organization, activity planning, and a lot of other things as we cover in our modules. And our timetable is not really defined yet because together with Veronica, we are mapping all the events that are happening on the national territory. So they will have different days, but the general agenda is that we will have, by the end of July, we will have an online preparatory meeting all together with Filippo that will explain to all the students what the activities will be. Then between August and September, students will be involved in on-the-field activities. And in October, we will have a final event all together. So we will bring all the students together in Frosinone. And we will have a final event with Filippo and a moment where we will think about what we have done in this months and a sum up. So this is pretty much it. And I think it was quite clear.
Great. Thanks. I think that after you have the chance to go deep with the Italian team, and then so HLA from Croatia. I don't know if Christian or Luca. Anyway, you are both enabled to present.
Hi. Yeah, I will start. Yeah. Hi everyone. My name is Christian. I'm from Life Academy Association. I'm currently in my car, so I'll be having a little bit of difficulties presenting, but we will manage somehow. Yeah, regarding the presentation, Cosimo, if you have our presentation on your laptop, if you could share it for us, that would be great.
Okay, I propose you so to skip to Kalev so that I can going to open it, and so
Okay.
then after I will give you again the floor.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so thanks. So Kalev, Elisa, I think Elisa Sok.
Yes, I can proceed. How can I show my presentation, or will you, Cosimo, show it?
No, you can push on the green
Okay.
button, and then you can choose your presentation.
Yep. Okay. And here. So I will be, we have just a brief presentation. And today, both of our coaches, Helena and me, are here by Kalev. And it might be that we will add some other coaches, but that is right now, we're still having discussions. But to begin, we decided that our students in Kalev will have two options to make their internship. So the first part of it, it is in two parts. The first part is a summer camp for students and children from ages 6 to 14. And the second part is a bigger sports event. So the first part, the students can make in their own summer camps that they are already teaching as coaches, or they are attending already this summer. And the second option is that if they are not already working in a summer camp or participating in a summer camp, then they can participate in August in one of Kalev's partner organizations' summer camp. That is a city camp in Tallinn. So it's really easy to go there because all of our students are from Tallinn or the areas surrounding. So a city camp is like a good option for them to do their internship. And the second part is the sports event. And in July, Kalev has a running sports event where they can participate. But also in August and September, they have more upcoming events where there is a possibility where they can also attend already in the preparations of the event. So this is right now our plan. And what is the outcome and the skills developed? Here I'm basically repeating already what Aiks said, but to make it briefly go through with it, then the basic skills and know-how of making a sports camp or a sports event for children. And the main task for the students will be to shadow senior coaches and managers and helping them, the senior members, with simple tasks like planning some sports activities, daily sports activities in a camp, and also simple communication tasks. Also the social media tasks can be given to the students. So students can actively help the promotion of the events or the camps. And also the safety of the participants, because during summer camps, it's really important to provide safety, and especially when it involves swimming. So this is also an important part. And the last but not least, it's the self-evaluation and feedback. And that's in both ways. The students to the camp managers, and camp managers or coaches back to the students. So feedback and the evaluation in both ways, during and after the events, or not events, but the internship. So right now, this is it.
Great, Elisa. Thank you. Again, the questions for you will be after in the rooms. So I will come back to HLA, and I have your slides ready, Christian, so you can tell me what to do.
Thank you, Cosimo, for the assistance once again.
I have multiple roles.
Thank you. Yeah, as I was saying, so on national level of Croatia, Health Life Academy Association will organize national events as part of an European project. It's called European School Sports Day, and we already have the definite date for the event. It's the last Friday in September, so 29th of September is the date of the event. As both previous organizations mentioned, we will have preparatory activities, the internship by itself, the live activities itself, and the follow-up activities. Yeah, regarding the preparatory activities, we will have online meetings. We will just prepare some of the general structure, how we do these events. We are the national coordinators for several years in this project, and we will develop some tasks and have we will prepare a platform for our participants, our students, to engage actively in this project by not only preparing activities but also implementing them on the spot. They will have mostly side activities role, but we will also include them in the main activities as well. So the idea is to have it all within a week. So by the beginning of the preparatory activities, we'll have 2 or 3 days prior to the main event by sending some invitations, advertising on social media, and engaging in schools directly with professors and all the relevant stakeholders. The event by itself is, as I said, European School Sports Day. It's a national event that involves and promotes physical activity in schools. On Croatia, Health Life Academy Association involves more than 100 schools in this event. So participants who are not from Pula, which is the main, let's say, flagship event held, can also participate on the events in other cities as well. And so during the events, they will organize like various sport activities. We had in plan to involve innovative activities as well as traditional sport activities, in which we will motivate our students to create their own and implement their own ideas in these events, which is a great opportunity for them to share and experience by implementing their own ideas. And afterwards, they will follow up as after the internship activities, they will have the opportunity to follow up with getting feedback, writing reports, and seeing how does the real life European event goes after the so-called concrete implementation. And that's pretty much it. More questions you can also ask now during the national group, and that's it. The coaches will be myself and Luka Blažević. So that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Christian. And again, you can see better after. So I skip to Usek from Catalonia. I don't know if Samantha or Christina. Anyway,
Yes,
you are both enabled, so you can go.
let's see if I can share my screen. Do you guys see it?
Yes, we
Yes,
see.
okay. So, hello everyone, I am Samantha. I am the project manager from USEC and also acting as a tutor for the course. And right now, Christina and she couldn't be here, so I apologize on her behalf, but we are acting as internship coaches as well. So our main idea is to we have 2 activities that can be made, although we favor one of them more than the other, if only because we can make that activity more innovative than the second one. Our activities are either a sport encounter mixed with traditional games, which is the one I am most going to explain, and the other one could be a sport camp, more on the traditional sense of the word. So the where would be in one of our sport councils. The idea is to make this activity in September, somewhere in September. We still need to define the exact dates, but here you can see the 2 most possible dates would be either the 3rd or the 4th weekend of September. Then, of course, the event would be addressed to children in school age from 5 to 11 years old, and approximately it would be for 200 kids. We do have the possibility to split the days into 2 or 3 more days, if only to manage smaller groups of kids to make the activity easier on the interns. And then the activity would be a sport encounter with the addition of traditional games. It would be our added value for this event. Now, in terms of how the 48 hours would be divided, just as Aix explained, we would have a preparatory phase, which means all of the activities previous to the present day of the activity, the implementation of the activity, and of course, a later evaluation phase. During the preparatory phase, which is focused on the pillars that Rico mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, it would be intergenerational dialogue and then learning by doing. So the idea is to explain the previous editions of the event to the interns for open discussion and brainstorming. The interns would have to develop their own proposal and then present it to the coach. They would have to decide on the final proposal of activities altogether and some other activities to be carried out during this preparatory phase, which is something that students have already studied in the first couple of modules, would be creating the timetable for the activities for the event addressed to children and proposing and implementing a communication and dissemination strategy for the event. Then we would have the implementation of the activity, which is the present part in which they have to be at the activity. Since there are so many students, the idea is to have them rotating between the roles of being coaches of the activities and acting as managers of the event, and we will have them rotating between these roles. And then just to end, it would be the evaluation phase. After the event, there will be some time dedicated to the evaluation and self-evaluation of the interns' participation and learning experience. The idea is that they can communicate to their internship coach and amongst each other to give some feedback about what has worked and what could be improved for further editions of the event. And that would be the general idea of our activities.
Okay, thanks, Samantha, really clear. Now the last but not the least, QL, Riku, I don't know who is the one who present now.
I can do it for this part. One moment. Okay. So I have to say first that this will be quite a brief summary, because I asked the coaches to make the slides in our national language. So I bet it's one of the difficulties in Europe to understand the Finnish language. So I put together the slides here. So we have two different type of activities in Finland, and the first one is kind of e-sport day, and there is coach Mr. Ville Hautakangas, who is also executive manager of TUL Uusimaa region here in Finland, so the region around Helsinki city area. And the activity day is 28th of October, and the length will be approximately between 6 to 8 hours. And the internship period is located between the 23rd of August and the last day of October. And about the location, it's somewhere in Helsinki region or surroundings. And the one thing to interns to do is, of course, to decide with Mr. Hautakangas the exact place for the e-sport day and the venue for this. And about the event, it's about to combining gaming and also the movement for the people between 5 to 11 years old. So the second activity is kind of more traditional one, and it's a school day activity week, and it's mentored by Mr. Karri Kolli, who is the principal of Sport Institute of Kisakeskus in Raasepori. And this kind of anniversary week for the Kisakeskus, it's going to be the 65th of year for the Kisakeskus running there as a sport institute, and the time of the week is from 9th of October to the 13th of October, and the internship period starts on 16th of August and ends at the 18th of October. And for the interns who are going to be there, one important thing is that there is no need to be at the location for the whole week, so there will be division of tasks and roles which are to be done during the internship period. So one more slide too. I give more room for two coaches in our national group meeting, so we tell for Finnish interns more about the activities Yes, but as I said before at the beginning of this meeting, because of geographical distances between the people here in Finland, we do mainly the internship period as online meetings. And here we give to our students the possibility to choose between two activities. And after our national group meeting, we decide some deadline days to choose between the activities. So this was it. Thank you.
Thanks, Riku. Yes, it's really a problem that we don't understand Finnish in Europe and neither Italian. And now I think it's time to enter in the groups. So you can briefly present yourself with the coach, start to know each other with the coaches, and to start to see the activities. It was interesting, I think, to listen also from the others organizations. So now you can maybe mix something if you think from the others. And I think that we can come back here in at 20 minutes. I think it's enough. And so I'm going to open the sessions just to confirm, and you will get there. At the end, one of you, together with maybe the coach, can say something about what you have said, really briefly, and then we are going to close our meeting. So let's start. I'm going to assign also the other. Annie and Pia. Okay, are you able to enter? Okay, I see that now you are entering. Okay. Really now the keynote speakers chosen democratically or not by the groups can share a little bit what you have said, and if there are some questions, it's now the time to share each other so that we can try to answer, me and Riku, if we need. Please, okay, I go by chance. Usek.
Okay, so I will just give a few pointers on what we talked about in the mini classroom. So we talked a little bit more about the details of the activities to be carried out by the students during the internship. We were also talking about the advantage that we have in Catalonia, that we are not that far from each other as opposed to Italy, for example. So we can all participate in the same meetings and the same activities in a present way. Then we were also saying about the most concerning part of the internship right now is to find the right date and time for the internship to accommodate everyone. And last but not least, I told the students that we do have finally a definitive coach who is part of the sport council that will host the event, and we will organize our own introductory meeting so that all the students can meet her. Even if Christina and I will still be acting as coaches, she will be the primary one.
Good to understand that you have the coach and you will organize a meeting with him as soon as you will decide. And so no questions for Riku and me, I think.
No, so far everything has been understood.
Good, it's always good. And the second QL.
Thank you, sir. There was first there was an intro part of coaches from Mr. Ville and Kari, and we just went through the details and roles and more things about the activities. And we decided to give 2 more weeks for the youngsters to choose between these 2 activities. So I sent every information before the end of this week to the attenders, and give the floor to them for the choosing process between activities. That's all. I had no questions.
Yes, thanks. Even because you were there, so they could answer. You could answer to them directly. And so let's keep to Kalev. Let's see if Kalev has. Okay.
Yes.
Elisa
So
again.
we just discussed that because the students are in their own camps, like when is somebody in a camp? And we discussed that it would be good if the coaches sent them a chart where they can evaluate and ask and also write down what they did and how they helped in the camp. So do we have actually chart like this for all the coaches, Riku, or do we have to, or should we make those ourselves? This is like a bigger question.
I think I can answer. In our next coordination meeting, EPSI will share the evaluation tools. Let's see if we need to add something more specific for each country.
Okay, because right now one of our students is right now already in a camp, so it would be good. I think I will make her myself right now an evaluation sheet, and later we can maybe use the or let's see. So and the second thought was that it would be really good that if the students themselves give us input what should be the sports event for children, because maybe they have some innovative and new ideas, and it would be good if that input comes from the students themselves. That's it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. And so let's go to what is missing. I don't know. Someone of you want to talk? ICS and then HLA. I don't know the first of you that want to.
If I can.
I will give the floor to Domenico as the winner of the quiz. He won this opportunity, and then I will add something.
No, in this meeting we try to understand a bit much more better the organization of ICE, especially how it is composed, the different boards, the different things that are based on this important local administration. And we studied also the different sports events that this organization is promoting, also the local ones, and of course the international ones. Of course, we didn't go deeper in the organization of the event because we are going to have another meeting at the end of this month. So basically, we only see a general overview of the situation. And we studied also in general the different tasks that we are going to develop, the human resources management, these kind of things, but in a general setting, because then we are going to define much more better it later.
We just illustrate what are also the objectives of the different projects that we are carrying on the national level, because the students will do the activities in this framework, and also how we structure ICS and what is the methodology to send the students to the local referred person of the local committees that ICS has on the national level. That's all. And we didn't have time for questions, so if someone of you have something now, I don't have questions for Rico and Cosimo.
Okay, so yeah, do you have questions? We have also the chat as always. So yes, thanks for the summary. And yes, I think that you need time to understand ACS, so you did well to start from there. And now, yes, HLA from Croatia.
Yep, we also talked more about the...
Christian, we cannot hear you, really low volume. So if you can speak up.
Yeah, is this okay?
A little bit better.
Okay, I'll then
Now it's good.
Okay, great. Yeah, we talked on national level a little bit more about the project itself, because it's an European initiative and we wanted to give some more information to our students about the event itself. And then we talked about their engagement and in which part, in more precise way, they will be the ones carrying out the activities, and we talked more about that part rather than the questions itself. So at the end of the discussion, we didn't have any questions, as we just clarified everything during the national level during this chat a little bit.
Okay, so great. Of course, as someone of you already said, you will have also the other meetings. And as for the internship, as for the platform in general, remember that you have the emails and your tutors, so for all your questions. Riku, do you want to add something?
Just to say that if you have any questions in future, just send them to me and Cosimo, and we are happy to answer them. And so from my point of view, this meeting went very nicely, and we shared the information that we need to have. And I prepare some more materials for you about the documentation and the technical sheets. So I send them to project managers of your countries, and they can share the data for you to learn and to check. And with project managers, we meet on Monday and see about reporting things about the whole internship period and activities much more deeply, because we need to report all these activities to European Union to give them that point in our minds. So thank you.
Yeah, great. So to conclude, if there is something else, some comments, something that you want to say, for sure you can do it. Anyway, I'm now sharing with you a link on the chat, and it's a Mentimeter word cloud, just to see together in which words you you would like to define the impact, I mean the expectation that you have from the internship. So you can enter and add your words and click on enter. And just to conclude, and having a picture of of what you think is the main expectation related to the next internship activities. We have now the first one. I see that 17, 18 of you are entered, so let's wait a little bit more. You know that fun, of course, it's the most used words. Enrico, if you want to comment with me. Of course, fun is always in our minds, especially when we work. The expectation is to have fun, and then we discover that sometimes when we work, there is not so much fun, but for sure in this internship we can have it. Educational growth. Rico.
Yeah, but if you Cosimo remember this research made by Ike's and the answers from senior ones and youngsters, the answer from youngster side was that they see internship process as a motivational process. So these answers correlates to those research results too. So
yeah, it's true. So for the coaches here and the managers, take in your mind fun, knowledge, educational growth, practice, but also friendship are the pillars, the words that you have to mix together when you are going to propose the internship activities. It's really interesting that knowledge, practice, together with growth are together, and educational, because of course it's an opportunity for to grow up in terms of curriculum, in terms of so the practical and educational things that you can put in your toolkit for your future, but also to, since we are working with sport, we have the privilege that especially during the events, the sport events, the public events, there is the opportunity to have fun, to have new friends, to meet new friends, and this is for sure something that will happen. And other words that I see is contact. So it means to have networks, learn, motivation, as Riku saying before, but also some specific skills that is maybe interesting to see. Scheduling, that is together the better time management, organized. So these are all together with the agenda management, that it's something that it's useful to have in mind, and especially when the work increase is useful in every, it's something that is transversal as skill. Contacts, so again, the network, connecting, commitment. Okay, so this is something that has also to come from you. In particular, you don't expect that everything comes from the coaches, but you have the responsibility to monitor the internship and to propose and to ask and to enter in contact with the organization. So really, as Riku said before, both side level. Okay, I think that I have commented a lot. I don't know if you want to finish with me or to add something.
This networking part is important. It's about the friendship, but it's about the future too. So I recommend you to make new friends here and build a new contacts. And I think that this kind of basics to build something in the future. So this whole network of people from different kind of cultures and different kind of countries, I see it kind of powerful thing and a positive result for you all, just to keep it in your mind.
Great. Yes, for sure. it's something that happened, and that after some sport work and project we became friends. So, and it's really important. So I'm going to stop the sharing, and I'm going to share in the platform. You will find inside the platform, in the introduction module, the video recorded of the lesson, and also the slides, the documents that Riku said before, and also the screenshot of the word cloud. What else? Really thanks for your time, for joining us, for the coaches here, for the managers that stay with us, and with all the students also. We stay 20 minutes more, so thanks a lot for your engagement. And keep in touch, enjoy your summer time if you will have it, and enjoy also your internship activities. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.